Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 6 of Genki 3rd edition, a chapter that holds the secret to the te form. But the te form in Japanese is going to be very useful. It's going to help us say a lot of different things. For example, it's going to allow us to make polite requests, such as te kudasai. It's going to allow us to connect sentences and describe more than one activity going on sequentially. We're going to be able to ask whether we may do something or to express permission. We're also going to be able to express that something is not allowed, that we can't do something. And then in this chapter, we're also going to be taking a look at kara, meaning because, and then a little bit more about ma shou ka, which we learned in lesson 5 as well. So the te form, as we've already seen, all verbs in Japanese end with one of the following sounds. So we have u, tsu, ru, mu, bu, nu, ku, gu, su, and ru. And we need to know how to change the ending of the verbs into the te form. So with ru verbs, it's relatively simple. You just replace the ru at the end with te. So taberu becomes tabete. Taberu, to eat, becomes tabete. And just by doing this, it becomes a sort of a request, or you're telling someone to do something. So eat. So miru, to see, mite, see. Oshieru, to teach. Oshiete, teach me. Oshiete. But when it comes to the verbs, it's a little bit more complicated. So utsuru, if it ends with utsu or ru, it becomes te. It's replaced with te. While mubunu is replaced with nde, ku with ite, gu with ite. Iku is irregular in this case, so iku becomes ite. Verbs ending with su and with shite, and the verb suru, to do, also becomes shite, and kuru becomes kite. And one way to memorize this is through the magic of music. So you could memorize this song, for example. So, utsuru te mubununde, kuite, kuite, ikuite, susuru shite, kuru kite. Let's do that one more time. So, utsuru te mubununde, kuite, kuite, ikuite, susuru shite, kuru kite. Kuru kite. So, if you memorize something like that, you will never forget how the ending of a verb is changed into the te form. So here are some concrete examples. So matsu, to wait. Matsu becomes matte. And you probably heard this. Chotto matte kudasai. Please wait a bit. Chotto matte. Yomu becomes yonde. Kiku becomes kite. Oyogu becomes oyoide. Iku becomes ite, because it's irregular. So hanasu becomes hanashite, and suru becomes shite, and kuru becomes kite. And just as an added bonus, we will cover this a bit later, but this is also how the informal past tense of verbs is formed. So matsu becomes matta, so instead of matte, we can say matta, and that means the same as machimashita, to have waited. Yomu becomes yonda, to have read. Kiku becomes kita, to have listened. Oyogu becomes oyoita, to have, like you swam in the past. Iku becomes ita, it's the same as ikimashita. Hanasu becomes hanashita, and kuru becomes kita. So when we will cross that bridge with the past informal verbs, it will be very easy to do so. So, some examples. Sonohon no chanto yonde. Sonohon no chanto yonde. So that book, read it properly. Yonde is the te form. And we will later learn how to make this a little bit more polite. So, 授業に行って go to class. それを使って use that. 今夜を忘れて forget tonight. Whatever happened. Polite requests. So in order to make this a little bit more polite, we simply add kudasai to the end of the te form. So ちょっと待ってください. Please wait a bit. ちょっと meaning a bit. 電気をつけてください. Please turn on the lights. 教科書を持ってきてください. So 持ってきて, here we have a double te form connecting the verbs. So we have 持って, 持つ to have, and 来る becomes 来て. So have it and take it with you when you come. So 教科書を持ってきてください. Please bring the textbook with you. Some more examples. 日本語を教えてください. Please teach me Japanese. 日本語を教えてください. ここに座ってください. Please sit here. あの人を連れてきてください. Please bring that person. So here we also have a double te form. So 連れてきて、to bring along. 連れてきてください. お風呂に入ってください. Please take a bath. お風呂に入る meaning to take a bath. お風呂に入ってください. And then we could also use the te form to describe two activities connecting the sentence. So we can compare these two sentences. So on the one hand, we have 図書館に行きました. それで日本語を勉強しました. Or それから日本語を勉強しました. So I went to the library, then I studied Japanese. But we can also make this into one sentence. So 図書館に行って日本語を勉強しました. So I went to the library and studied Japanese. 図書館に行って日本語を勉強しました. Using the te form. So for example, we can say 7時に起きてシャワーを浴びました. So I woke up at 7 and took a shower. Or 歩いてきました. So here we use the te form to say by means of what transportation we arrived. So 歩いてきました. And later we can say stuff like バスで来ました. I came by bus. Or 飛行機で来ました. I came by plane. So, but 歩く means to walk, and 歩いて is the te form of 歩く, 歩いて来ました. I came by walking. バスに乗って so I rode the bus. バスに乗って大学に行きました. So I rode the bus. I went to the university. 宿題を忘れてすみません. So here's a little bit different. So here we are saying, I forgot my homework. Sorry about that. 宿題を忘れてすみません. So if you have to apologize for something, you can put the thing you're apologizing for in the te form and then add すみません or 申し訳ないです or something, some term that expresses that you're sorry. Sorry about that. So moving on to permission, saying that something is okay to do. To do that, we simply add もいいです. Well, we don't need to use the des if we don't want to. And then we can use ka to make it a question. So let's take a look at what this might look like. So トイレに行ってもいいです. So トイレに行ってもbasically means even if I go. So トイレに行ってもいいです. So it's okay. So it will be good. It'll be good even if you go to the bathroom. トイレに行ってもいいです. And then we can make it a question by saying トイレに行ってもいいですか? Is it okay if I go to the bathroom? Will things be good even if I go to the bathroom? トイレに行ってもいいですか? And that's the reason I've sort of used different colors for this, because there are different things happening grammatically. So 行って is the te form, and if you combine the te form with も, it means even if, and then we have just い meaning good. So even if I go, will it be good? Will it be okay? So ちょっと見てもいいですか? Is it okay if I take a look at this for a bit? ちょっと見てもいいですか? 窓を開けてもいいですか? 窓 means window. 開ける means to open. So 窓を開けてもいいですか? Is it okay if I open a window? テスト中でも So even if it's during a test, テスト中でもトイレに行ってもいいです. So even if it's during a test, it's okay to go to the bathroom. And then we have here finally 飲んでいいよ, which is a bit more informal. And as you can see, sometimes the mo is just dropped. And it's actually quite often that the mo is dropped. So nonde iyo, and we're also dropping the des. So nonde iyo, it's okay, you can drink this. Nonde iyo. And then we can also say that something is not okay to do. And to do that, we form the te form and add wa ikemasen. So this ha here is the particle wa. Wa ikemasen. So doing this is not okay. ここでタバコを吸ってはいけません. So here, ここでタバコを吸って to smoke, 吸う to smoke, 吸ってはいけません. So you can't smoke here. ここでタバコを吸ってはいけません. And you can further say 食べてはいけません. So you can't eat. 見てはいけません. You can't look. 可愛い猫を蹴ってはいけません. You can't kick cute cats. 可愛い猫を蹴って蹴る to kick 蹴ってはいけません. 飲酒運転は、ちょっと待って。飲酒運転をしてはいけません. It's not okay to drink under the influence of alcohol. 飲酒運転をしてはいけません. Then we have because. So you can end a sentence with kara to explain the reason or the cause of something. So, 今日は勉強します. So I will study today. 明日忙しいですから. Because 明日 tomorrow is busy. 明日忙しいですから. So this kara is explaining the reason. So it's because tomorrow is busy or I'm busy tomorrow. So, マクドにしましょう. Sushi wa takai desu kara. So let's go to McDonald's. This is the Kansai version of McDonald's. What would be Maku in Tokyo. So Makudo ni shimashou. Let's go for McDonald's. Sushi wa takai desu kara because sushi is expensive. But actually, I think it's a lot more common to turn this into one sentence using kara or to combine them in this way. So, 寿司は高いですから、マクドにしましょう. So instead of ending with kara, you can combine the sentences. So, 寿司は高いですから, because sushi is expensive, let's go for McDonald's. マクドにしましょう. I'm not quite sure why Genki chooses to emphasize this other version of kara, or the first version of kara. So just know that you can do this as well. And then one more way we can use ましょうか is to offer assistance. We already know it as shall we do something. For example, 映画を見ましょうか? Shall we watch a film? But here we can say something like shall I do this for you? 私がやりましょうか? Shall I do this? 手伝いましょうか? Shall I help you? 荷物を持ちましょうか? Shall I carry your luggage for you? Or your things for you, 荷物を持ちましょうか? Something like that. So, moving on to question time. So, 起きて何をしましたか? What did you do after you woke up? 起きて何をしましたか? So answer that in the comments while you are busy subscribing and liking, and I don't know what you do. I'm tired. I'm very tired. The quality of these videos is really dropping. Maybe I'll remake them someday, but I'm so desperate. I want to shave my beard so badly. じゃあ、またね. See you in lesson 7.